need to stop there, it's getting a bit far. Today we're going to do a nice and chill get ready with me. The main products are going to be the Bridgerton 2 collection from Pat McGrath Labs. These just got released and I want to give you guys some inspo on how you can incorporate them into your everyday makeup wear if you did pick them up, or show you how they can be incorporated if you are thinking about picking them up, but obviously I'll use a lot of other products as well. Hopefully that sounds interesting to you, so let's go ahead and get stuck straight into the video. Let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps my channel out so much if you do, and I truly appreciate it. Now let's zoom in and get into it. Okay, you guys are zoomed in nice and close like normal. I've just put some Kosas brow gel through my brows, and now I'm gonna take my Mario primer and prime the lids like we always do. So we're going to use the Pat Cross Bridgerton Collection 2 palette. So this is the second one she's released in the collection. The original one was the blue one. And I was going to use both today, but then this is only the second time that I'm actually using this palette, and I really just kind of want to play around with it a little bit more. I do have a full, full in-depth review on this collection, as well as a full in-depth swatch comparison video where I have swatched this palette with like any other potential palettes in my collection that it might have potential duplicate or like dupe shades, I should say, in it, as well as also comparing like the blush palette, which is this thing right here, and the lip products, etc. So I will try and remember to link them down below for you guys if you are interested, but if not, they're just on my channel. They'll be one of the more recent videos. But yeah, we're gonna play with this today. Because of the kind of my skin tone and like the colors in here, really I can either put this through my crease or this through my crease. And I don't really want to do pink today. I've done a lot of pink, and I don't know, Pat has a lot of pinks in her palettes, as you know, so I kind of just want to leave the pink alone. And this is kind of a little bit too dark for me to go in for the initial transition shade. I could make it work. I could really go soft and build it up. But honestly, like, if I want to do like a softer, more wearable look, I'm not going to sit here on a work day and do that. I'm just going to dip into another palette, you know what I mean? So I'm going to dip into this transition shade from Subliminal because it's perfect for it. But again, if you only have Bridgerton 2 or something like that, just use your bronzer if you have a bronzer, or you could just mix a little bit of translucent powder with that plum shade in the collection too. So Rapha number 16, and we're just going to swirl it through the crease. So our transition shade is laid down. Now we will go into this one right here, which I think is called Forbidden Amour. And I'm just taking this on a What's Up Beauty R103 brush, and we will pop this through the crease slightly. Honestly, even this leans quite almost like a mauvey pinky undertone as well. So I think if I wasn't using, like if I was doing this for like the actual everyday, I probably would actually use the next darker shade in the Subliminal palette right now instead of this one, but for the sake of the video, we'll use it. But that's only because of the mood that I'm in today and like the kind of look that I want. But this will still look pretty. Like, look at how pretty that is. I'm gonna take my Intensify stick and I'm gonna lay this down pretty much all over the lid. And I really would encourage actually not skipping this step. You don't have to use intensifiers, but I would encourage using like a glitter glue or something because for the next step that we're gonna do, you're gonna need a tacky base. Otherwise, you're gonna have glitter everywhere. Unless you want glitter everywhere, but you will have it everywhere for the rest of your life because you can never remove glitter. It's like cockroaches. They just survive everything. So I'm gonna go into my Delium Tools 773 and I'm going to pick up this lovely glitter shade right here and we're gonna pack it all over the lid. If you want to, you could spray your brush and it'll stop you, like it'll extra stop you from getting fallout, because I definitely have already gotten a little bit of glitter all over my face, but it's up to you. When I haven't done my base, I don't really mind, but yeah, it's up to you. If you spray your brush and apply this, it will be a bit more opaque as well. So it just depends on the finish that you want. That is very, very pretty. Very pretty. So now I'm gonna take my Victoria Beckham Cocoa liner And I'm gonna line my top waterline. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of it like here and try and just softly create a real soft little wing. And we'll see how we go. I did not mean to take this one so dramatic. So now I'm gonna have to make this one dramatic. I'm gonna leave that there. I really didn't mean to take that so dramatic. That's annoying. That's annoying. Anyway. I used the brush on the end of the Mario one. You don't need to do that. I just actually really quite like it. But this Victoria Beckham liner is so good. I need all of the colors, but they're just out of stock. So ideally, Vic, if you could bring that back in, that'd be great. I'm actually gonna go back into Subliminal and I'm going to pick up a little bit of this shade because this is looking too plummy toned for me and I really actually don't feel like that right now. You don't obviously have to do this. This might be getting too glam for you guys. And then I'm just gonna dip back into this transition shade. I'm gonna leave the eyes here for now because if I do any more, it's gonna get more dramatic and this was supposed to be super wearable and I feel like it's probably already too dramatic for you guys. If it is, don't do the liner because that definitely has added a lot of depth, and don't use the darkening shade that I use. Just keep it softer and just put the glitter all over the lid. But this is it for now. I'm gonna take my Hydro Grip Primer today. I haven't really been using it as much in a hot little minute because I'm addicted to the Chanel one, but I do still love this Hydro Grip Primer. I'm just taking it on a flat brush because if I use my hands, my face gets bright red. For foundation, I'm actually going to like mix up a foundation using my RCMA palette. I've really been liking using this. Before I actually start putting that on though, I will just take some of my Charlotte Tilbury Vanish color corrector and just pop that under here just to try and even them out a little bit before we get started. A lot of you guys suggested that I should get the medium shade of this, so I might, if I see it on sale at some point, pick it up. But I find this one's not too bad. I just don't know if anything's gonna kind of cover my under eyes, you guys. I'm just gonna go and mix up my foundation. That's the only thing, like, this isn't for someone that's very unfamiliar with their undertones and how to kind of make their own, like, foundation shades. Like, definitely don't go into this if you're a beginner, you guys, because, and that's no shade or hate or anything like that. It's just that you kind of need to know how to mix up your own foundation shade kind of from scratch or from these shades to get this to work. Otherwise, you're going to be very frustrated consistently using it. So I just like using it because I'm trying to enhance my mastery and I really am obsessed with Makeup by Mario and he uses it, to be completely honest with you. So let me go mix up my shade and we'll be back. So I've kind of concocted some little shades here. So let's just experiment and see how this goes together, shall we? Now, actually what I'm firstly gonna do is I'm gonna take this contour shade right here, and this is kind of like a true contour for me and my skin tone, which is nice. I don't have to mix that up. And I'm just going to start by kind of contouring where I want. Now I'm gonna pick up the shade that I've mixed as concealer, and let's hope it's a concealer. This is obviously like full on, right? Like don't be scared and don't be alarmed. You can absolutely skip all of this and just do your normal foundation. We're just having a bit of fun. It might look like I'm applying a lot of product, you guys, but this is actually not. And it is a very, very thin layer. If you're gonna do something like this, you need to make sure you are working in very thin layers. Now I'm just gonna take a brush and just slightly blend some of this out, mainly the contour. This is also a fun fact, how I learned to contour. Back in the day, I was talking to my friend Makeup Empties Make Me Happy on Instagram the other day. And I was saying that this is how I learned to contour from Wayne Goss in like 2008 or 7. I was definitely still in high school. And back then you didn't have contour products, so you had to like go, I just went to the drugstore and bought a L'Oreal foundation that was like in a kind of contourish shade. And that's how I used it. But this is how you would do it back in the day. You would actually put all of this on first and then just use your foundation lightly over the top. It's very Scott Barnes technique, you know? You could obviously do this as well as a side note. I've ordered food and it's just about to come and I'm gonna answer the door like this. I'm gonna look crazy. Anyway, you could also do this with like your, what am I trying to spit out here? Like your cream bronzer and, or, well, not bronzer, but like if you have like a cream contour or something, you could just do this. You don't have to have the RCMA palette. You can just do all of this with your concealer, etc. and your cream contour that you've got. And it still will have like the same result kind of thing. Now let's try and put this foundation on, shall we? So I'm just taking my sponge and I'm just going to actually just tap it all in now. I'm gonna take my Flawless Filter Powder because I've really gone through a kick of loving this a lot lately. And I've also not been setting my face with my powder puff lately because my skin has been dry. For some reason, I don't know why it's been so dry, but it has been very, very dry. So I'm just gonna set with this one. For bronzer, we're going to take a new one to my collection. It's my Victoria Beckham Bronzing Brick. This is in the shade Light, and this is a beautiful bronzer. It's very pigmented, so just be mindful, like when you go in with it, you don't want to go in with a heavy hand. You really do just want to really keep it quite light, because you kind of look at this expecting it to not have a lot of pigment, and it has. See, like even that's too heavy. Like she's pigmented, friends. She's pigmented, but it's beautiful and it's very diffusing on the skin. I'm just gonna quickly do my brows. I always put brow gel on when like I do my eyes first, just so I can see the shape. But then I like actually finish my brows once my bronzer is on, because otherwise I just end up getting product all through them and they don't look good anyway. Lately, I've actually switched from a pencil to this Bushy brow pen. Let's just finish the lower lash line very quickly, shall we? I'm actually just going to take my Subliminal palette and run the transition shade that we used underneath the lower lash line and put some mascara on, really. But yeah, so I'm just going into this one for the lower lash line. I'm not even going to put anything deeper on. I don't. Yeah, I'll go into the smallest amount of that one. And then I'm just going to take Endless Cacao from Makeup Forever and put that in the lower lash line. My food is about to get dropped off, so I'm actually just going to go and eat, and then I will be back and we will finish this. I'm back and I just quickly put my mascara on. I just used the Dark Star mixed with the Pillowtalk. Fun fact, I've been finding if I use this and then pretty much put any other mascara on top of it, it just makes my lashes look extremely like they're falsies, for real. So yeah, but this one with this one is really, really good if you're wondering. Not that you need to combine more than one mascara, that's ridiculous, but I just have these little testers and stuff and I like to make sure I use them, you know? We don't like wastage around here. What am I doing now, governor? I did not realize how hungry I was, I'm not gonna lie. I feel much better and much more lively now. I felt like I was like very flat before, so I apologize. I was starving. Here's your daily reminder to eat breakfast, kids. Now it's just gonna get really hectic because I've got energy. What I wanted to do was actually take the mint shade here from this palette and just use this as a little bit of an inner corner highlight. Now obviously if you're doing like the full wearable vibe, probably skip this step, I guess. But I feel like it might be a nice little pop. Yeah, see? That's a nice little pop. We're gonna take Lisa Eldridge liquid highlighter. I really would like Lisa Eldridge to come to a store like Mecca or Sephora or something, so that like it was a little bit easier to buy her products, because they are quite expensive to purchase, but I'd love to buy some more. But you know, even if she did go to a store, I doubt that we would get any of the releases because we don't. Okay, we're gonna move on to highlighter, and I'm gonna take my big palette here. Let's not even get into how I feel about it, shall I? Gorgeous products though, truly gorgeous products. I'm actually gonna apply a mixture of these two blushes. I'm not gonna apply a cream blush because these are pretty pigmented, but I'm gonna mix them together and just lightly kind of blush. Yeah, okay, we need to stop there. It's getting a bit far, Now I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury Set and Spray and we'll set this down. let's move on to lips. So let me take my balm off. I'm gonna go in with Endless Cacao from Makeup Forever. And then I'm gonna take Negligee from the Bridgerton 2 release from Pat. Now I'm gonna take my One Size powder. And I've been enjoying doing this lately. I've been finding it's really been working because you can kind of see like, because I mean I have eaten lunch and everything, so it's been about an hour since I've put all this on, but my under eyes are already starting, like the concealer is starting to wear away and the powder and everything is starting to make me look oily here. So I just don't look as like smooth and flawless as I would want to. So I've been taking this One Size powder. This is in the shade 2N. And I just like tap it through the T-zone and like reset everything. And it just seems to make me look a little bit more put together. Like, I don't know if you can see even just that difference. Like, see the difference? At least I can see it. Are we finished? I feel like we're finished. Let me go fix me hair and I'll be right back. So this is the finished makeup look. What do you guys think? I really like it. I like the pop of mint in the inner corner. It is definitely up my alley. Now that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I just kind of wanted to sit down and chill out and put some makeup on with you guys. So I know it probably wasn't super exciting, but hopefully you found it interesting or entertaining or anything in some way, shape or form. If you're watching till this point, I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I hope that you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.